All right, hey gang, just coming to you from this to show you this TinkerCad. So this is my 60-second timer. You can see right here I put it in. Now the parts that you'll need, okay, the parts that you're going to need to be able to do the what's it called, the display is a CD4511. So if you just type in 4511, it will come up here. And just to give you some logic here in terms of what needs to happen. So you've got this lamp. So right here you've got input 2, input 3, input 1, and input 4. Input 1 is your least significant bit. Input 4 is your most significant bit. So 4 is the one, like, if you go 1 0 0 1 1, the first one is the 4. Input 4, the most significant bit. Least significant bit is this one here, and then it goes up with 2 and 3. Okay. You have to make sure the lamp test and the blanking goes to high, and then the latch enable goes to low. Okay, then you've got the ground over here, and you've got your power over here. Okay, and these just then you've got your F, your G, and so forth, all the different letters up here. And then I just put the one here, the DP, the dot to ground, so it never goes on. Okay. That's how this thing works, and that's how this. Also, with the 7-segment display, okay, I notice how I don't have anything up here in the common. There's nothing up here, which is fine. What I do is I put one resistor, and I made a 90 ohm resistor. Sometimes you got to play with that, because otherwise you get an explosion on the screen with the lead or the display and the display driver. That just tells you got to adjust the resistance. Mine works at 90. It works most of the time at 50, so I just kind of play with that number. But it won't. It should be anywhere between 30 and 100. Okay, so you just got to play with that, so that way this doesn't show up. Like I think on this one over here, I think it's a little lower actually. No, I also did 90. Okay. Now, of course, on this side here, I have to have my input 4 go to ground. Okay, input 4 went to ground because the fact that I don't have it. It's only because we only have to go up to 6, or 5, so we don't have to have the fourth bit. Okay, so it's just 3 bits on that one, and you don't have anything in the one here. Okay. Just to show you here, also something else in terms of the timer. So the power here, this is the power you bring in. Okay, the way you find that is power. I just highlight this here and just type in power. Oops. If I could spell, it would be a good thing, right? Okay, power. Oh, I don't want power control. I just want power. Good enough. Okay, and I just go down here, and here's the power right here. Power supply. Okay, it's automatically 5 volts. If I click on it, it's 5 volts. This right here is it's called a function generator. So if I come in here and just go function, there it is right there. See how it says function generator? Then here, all I'm going to do is I set it to 15 hertz. You can kind of play with that, but the amplitude is 5 volts. That's fine. Everything else was a square. Make sure it's set to square wave, okay? But that's how I set this up. And then, of course, I've got my, just so you know, too, in terms of the flip-flops here, power. The resets have to be high to run and low to reset. So I had to use a quad 4-input NAND gate. So 74HC 20 is what I used here. These are just JK flip-flops, straight JK flip-flops. That's the NAND. So it's 4 inputs. You can see the 4 inputs right there. There's my reset, and the reset then goes to PM clock of the second. The tens digits. So now, just so you know, it doesn't the numbers. I've got my LEDs here. So here's the least significant bit, most significant bit. Same thing here. Over here, you can see that running, and then here's the numbers in terms. Here's the tens, and here's the singles. Okay, so we go ahead and start the simulator. You'll see it kind of hard. It's hard a little bit to see to run. So there's 9. There's 8, 9. Come on. It sometimes pauses for some reason. There goes 1. You can see how it kind of 6, 7, 8, 9, 2, and so forth. You can kind of see it there. It doesn't. It's not. It's not great in terms of seeing it, but you get the idea. You can see how this goes. You can see these. You can see a little better. 5, and then it'll go back to when this gets up to 9. It says 6, 7, 8, 9, and then it goes back to 0. Okay. All right, so that's I didn't put a switch on it. If you want to add a switch to it, I just thought I'd show you this. So it is doable on this TinkerCad. I hope some of you take the time to go ahead and do it because it's kind of fun. Took a little time, but that's how you do it. Please let me know if you have any questions, and I will try to answer them if I can. Okay. Good luck.